be a preview of Super Bowl 53. You know I had to break out the chalkboard for another edition of the Burrow Lesson. You see what I did there for today's lesson? Woo. I'm going to show you why Tereek Hill might be the toughest player to defend in the entire league. So let's open up your books to page 10. It's time to head into the Cheetah's Den.
Oh, baby.
Oh, baby. Let's get right to it. I'm going to show you one-on-one versus cover 3 and then a little bracket coverage. Watch this. Jalen Ramsey, who said he's not really a wide receiver, well, check this out. We have one-on-one coverage. I want you to pay attention to the release move. Single high safety, and watch how Tereek Hill. See his feet stutter like Porky Pig, and once he gets up on him, he going to slide even out with him. What we say all the time, when he's even, he's leaving. And
that's all, folks.
That's all, folks. And that's it. Listen, no matter the height, even though Jalen Ramsey can throw his hands and be a tall, rangy cornerback, when you have speed and can get around a guy and stutter at the line of scrimmage where you have a guy guessing, that's what makes him so hard to stop. Now, check this out right here. Here you're going to see an outside breaking crossing route. Tereek Hill, he's going to run up on Deron Harmon. Now, me and Hamilton was talking about this during a commercial break. I think we just broke Da Vinci Code. These are only teams, this is the only team that can put one guy in a position where he can decide about 10 yards in whether he's going to run a crossing route or a deep corner. Here he runs as a crossing route, turns around like the hokey pokey, and then he jumps up and climbs the hill. Like this is fantastic. Now, think about this for a second. Patrick Mahomes' arm is so strong that at 10 yards, Tereek Hill will look at the safety and say, I want to cross his face or I want to take this to the corner. That's the reason why that ball was slightly behind. They're making last-minute decisions on deep routes that teams have to plan for and game plan. Now, check this out. You pull Patrick Peterson, your fastest cornerback, out of the play. Tereek Hill on the inside. And watch this. You're going to see a little bit of confusion. Guys talking here. And here it is, one-on-one, Tereek Hill, Buda Baker, safety up here. And you're going to see Tereek Hill just run a simple go route. And now there's mass confusion all the way around, a little bit of a bracket coverage. Buda slides in, Tereek gives him an inside release, and he splits these two like a bad breakup. Now, here's the thing about this. As these guys are communicating, he's taking this go route. You have a wide open receiver right here. Wow. Patrick Mahomes wants to go for the jugular and goes for a touchdown. Watch this. See these guys talking like they made a mistake. Hey, I thought you were going to bring the chips. No, I'm bringing the chips. I thought you were going to bring the dip. That right there is a bad breakup, but that's what Tereek Hill does. You have a guy opening the slot, you go right over the top. And speaking of chips and dip, if he keeps dipping on DBs like this, he going to get a lot of chips. So that's why Tereek Hill, my guy that throws up the deuces, is one of the hardest wide receivers to stop in the game. It's not just speed. It's not just punt returns and kickoff returns. My dude is a complete wide receiver and an absolute game changer.
Man.
The scariest thing about Tereek Hill, and I know those Chiefs guys pretty well, he was drafted as a running back. So this is just his third year playing the position. He's still learning. So all that stuff, that is hard work. But realize he is just scratching. You're not. Calvin Ridley was a career wide receiver, drafted as a 23-year-old, polished. Tereek Hill is just scratching the surface on what he can do.
So when I'm showing you
trouble in paradise, because he killed Patrick Mahomes in Fortnite.
Oh, yeah, you're right about that.
Chemistry is messed up.
Little video game action right there. What makes this special about what I just showed you, we saw the speed, we saw the power, we saw the versatility. One-on-one, cover 3, bracket coverage, he can do it all. But what was so great about every single play, there was something done in the pre-snap by Andy Reid and Eric Bieniemy. Like, that's what makes this team difficult. It's not just, hey, you're really fast, I need you to go catch this ball. The playmaking, spreading guys out. You see the decision-making when he drops back and he sees everything. Pat Mahomes is picking apart defenses because he has the talent, he has the arm strength, and he has the play calling on the sideline that makes his job easy.
That thing where he's deciding the route in the middle of the play,
it's crazy.
That takes years of chemistry. They're in their first year together. Yeah, that's shocking.
Listen, every team has that, but it's 5-yard routes because the quarterback isn't that strong.
The deep ones?
Never the deep ones. He's running up on a guy, and about 10 yards down the field, he's saying, I think I want to cross
It's like an option route that's also a deep ball. I've never seen that.
It's unbelievable. It's one thing to pay attention to when it comes to Tereek Hill up against those Rams. Now, let's go from Kansas City to the West Coast. My guy, Will Selva, in the NFL Newsroom in Los Angeles. Will, what's up, baby?
All right. Hey, what's up there, Nate? Nobody breaks it down quite like you, my friend. And whether you call him Mitch or Mitchell, either way, Trubisky is looking to become the first Bears QB to lead Chicago to the playoffs since Jay Cutler in 2010. He's also on pace to set franchise single-season records for passing yards and TDs. Trubisky's performance against the Lions earned him the honor of NFC Offensive Player of the Week, but the second-year QB says he knows replicating that performance won't be easy. The Vikings defense has averaged 2 takeaways a game since Week 5.
Definitely going to challenge us. We know we're going against a great defense this week. Nothing comes easy against these guys, so we got to be on top of our A game as far as execution and just trying to keep them off balance. We want to dictate the tempo of the game and pick up everything they're throwing at us. We know they got a great pass rush and they're solid in all areas. It really just comes down to execution and having a great game plan this week and believing it and going out there and executing it. There's going to be a lot of adjustments on the fly. They're probably going to show up and bring some new looks, and we just try to study as much as we can, and we just got to get ready for a great challenge.
It looks like Stephon Diggs will be back on the field when the Vikings take on the Bears, but they could be without their leading receiver, Adam Thielen, a limited participant in practice Wednesday as he deals with calf and lower back injuries. He's currently third in the league in receiving yards this season. And the Rams training in Denver this week as they expect to be playing in the high altitudes of Mexico City. Last night, several players, including Todd Gurley and Aqib Talib, taking in a Rockets-Nuggets game. Now, unconfirmed reports have the players going to a steakhouse where they douse their steaks in ketchup. Those are unconfirmed reports, but so far we're going to look into it.
We have to look into
that.
Well, how many points did LaFonso Ellis go for in that game? I didn't see the box score. How many points? Vernon Mad Maxwell go off?
Brian Stiff
I think
have a three-pointer.
Antonio McDyess. Antonio McDyess is who you're thinking of.
Tony McDyess. You know it.
Yes.
Well, how jealous were you that we had the Harlem Globetrotters in studio yesterday?
I know. I so wish I was there. And the way that they spun the ball, I mean, they spin it nice and tight. Nice and tight.
Nice and tight.
Not as easy as it looks. We'll appreciate you. We'll talk to you throughout the show. We are hours away from Thursday night action in Seattle. Tom Pelissero is there on the ground.
Correct.
It's the Seahawks and the Packers squaring off tonight. Russell Wilson, both of these teams needing